Aquinas argues that by using reason and studying our natural inclinations, we can discover the primary goods that perfect our human nature. These goods are known as the primary precepts, and there are 5 of them. I remember them with the acronym PREG. So we've got P, protect and preserve human life; R, reproduce; E, educate children; G, worship God; and S, to live in an ordered society. And at first glance, some of those may seem a little bit random, so let's just go through them. Protect and preserve human life is kind of an obvious one, because if you didn't do those, you would just die. Reproduce. Reproduction is the means to which we proliferate life, and human life endures. So clearly we have an inclination generally towards these things, and they're good for us, clearly, or so Aquinas thought. What about education of children? So, well, you need to educate children. Firstly, children are naturally curious. We tend to want to learn things, right? And if you didn't educate them, they couldn't get to the stage of using reason to derive goods from the natural law, for instance. So, they have to have a sufficient level of education in order to do that sort of thing. Worshipping God, well, that's a bit of a strange one in the modern atheistic Western world. But, Aquinas is a Catholic priest writing in 13th century Europe, so it's not surprised that he would have something in there. But for Aquinas, knowledge of God amounts to the highest, most perfect form of knowledge. That is desirable for its own sake. And God is also the creator of life itself. The eternal law depends on God. Without God, there is nothing. There's no natural law, anything like that. So that's why we got that one in there. And to live in an ordered society, the reason behind that is actually quite simple. If society wasn't ordered, if it was chaotic, it would be difficult to pursue these other goods that we've all mentioned. So an ordered society is conducive to finding a partner, to marrying, to reproduction. We can educate our children because we've got schools in an ordered society, and we can come together and worship God more easily. The primary precepts are absolute and universal. They're absolute because these are goods. These goods are objectively good, right? They're good whether we agree with them or not. It doesn't matter what we think, they are objectively good. And any action which conflicts with the primary precepts, it would be morally wrong. And also, it doesn't matter about the consequences. It doesn't matter whether good consequences or bad consequences result. They're absolute. They're universal because they're binding on every rational agent.